Hey, welcome back to the Steve Champagne Radio Show. Well, we're going to talk briefly a little bit about something that happened a long time ago when Kiss decided to hire the wrong opening act. Remember very well back in 1976 in Oklahoma. I will tell you how the story goes real fast. Basically, the opening act that Kiss had canceled on them at the last minute. They didn't know what to do, and there was a band in the area that was getting a lot of headway called Mountain Smoke. So they decided to get this band to come down and play for Kiss and be the opening act. Now, the reason this is of interest and importance is because Vince Gill was in the band Mountain Smoke, the band they hired. And of course, if you're a rock and roll fan, you probably don't know who Vince Gill is, but he's really a country legend, currently playing with the Eagles right now, taking Glenn Frey's place, who passed away not too long ago. But anyways, Vince Gill talked about opening up for Kiss. He said they came down there with their fiddles and their mandolins and all this, that, and the other because their promoter, Kiss's promoter, never told them who they were opening for. They just hired them to open up. They went down to the Civic Center and saw that on the sign it said Kiss was appearing tonight, and they were thinking, well, we can't be opening up for them. We must be at the Shriners Convention in the basement or something like that. They never knew what was really happening. But anyways, it did happen. They went on stage, and of course they got booed intensely. And according to Vince Gill, they didn't get booed gently. They said when they finished the song, the place was booing like a bad football game ending. It was intense, and he said that he must say it felt kind of like hearing wrestling boos from wrestlers and things like that. He said he really enjoyed pissing all those Kiss fans off. Now, in fact, he said the angrier the crowd got, the more he actually enjoyed pissing them off. He said he introduced the next song by saying, well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. We've got another one picked out for you. We know you're going to like it just as much as you like the last one. And he was really pouring it on. Now, the crowd started throwing things, bottles, things like that. And they just stayed right on the stage through this entire concert. And at the end of the concert, Vince Gill said to the audience that, that y'all could kiss my ass. And he shot him the bird, grabbed his butt, and various other things, and walked off the stage. Now, years later, recently, he ran into Paul Stanley at a party and asked him if he remembered the time that they had a bluegrass band that opened up for him in 1976. And Paul Stanley says, yeah, I remember that. It was crazy. And he said that he was in this band. Now, when you really think about it, Kiss is definitely a rock and roll legend. The band's, legendary. I mean, what can you say about that? But Vince Gill, in his own right, had so many number one songs. It's really a country icon. And how, coincidental would this actually be that two legends, one was already forming, that would be Kiss, and someone who was on the up and up would turn into a country music legend that actually opened up for Kiss. Now, this is crazy. In my opinion, it's crazy. Now, I'm talking to the I Love Music Army right now, and I want to say, if you haven't joined the I Love Music Army, if you love music, well, then you subscribe, like, and hit that bell icon. Join our internet musical global family of friends where we talk about everything in music. And we would love for you to be a part of it. I read every single comment. And if you went to this Oklahoma concert in 1976, I would like to hear what actually happened from someone who was there. Now, this is just Vince Gill reliving this thing, but I'm sure it was actually intense, throwing bottles on the stage. Of course, if that happens now, you're going to get carted out of the arena. We've seen that happen so many times. But really, what do you think about this event? Do you remember it? Were you there? I read every single comment, and I can't wait to read yours from the Steve Champagne Radio Show. We have to say we got to pay some bills. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Thank you.